How's it going? Bearing up. Nice day today at least. Sunny. Helps a bit, doesn't it? Uh, Good for feeling good as well. A little bit of vitamin D. You take vitamin D to feel a bit better, can't you? If uh, if it's getting you down a bit, staying in. Just remember, the more we do it, um, the quicker it'll be over. I mean, forget the idiots still fucking going out in crammed in to places. I mean, even beaches and markets, and the people stealing all the toilet rolls. Forget that. Most normal people. Everyone I know is taking it seriously. Um, but yeah. Hi Ricky, loved Afterlife. Thank you very much. Um, I hope these help a little bit, take your mind off it. I don't want to not take it seriously, but again, you want to want to keep cheery through it and not spread it to anyone else. Someone just tweeted Kipper's Fanny. I think is that a punchline to a joke? I just thought the joke was too it's too unsavoury to tell. Oh, I thought of another joke I didn't do at the Globes. It was a little button. You know the joke I did about it was a big year for paedophile movies. Um, was it was it Leaving Neverland, something else, and Two Popes. There was a follow up to that I was going to do. The film Two Popes was criticised for not showing all the sex in the Catholic Church. But to be fair, the censors curbed them a little bit. Its original title was Two Popes, One Cup. But I thought, it's a bit obscure. A lot of people ask me to talk about the work, and I don't know if that's interesting or not. I did think of one little sort of behind the scenes thing. Office fans, you remember there was a character called Eric Hitchmo when I talk about him, the Coventry Conference and that. And it's based on a person I worked with years ago. That wasn't his real name. I won't say his real name. But he did talk like that. And he did used to say, I don't agree with that in the workplace. It was an old guy, right? And I was in my 20s and he was like, well, I'll tell you how old he was. I worked with him for a couple of years. And then he was 65, right? So he was retiring. And one Friday, all the people who I worked with, we had a sort of birthday stroke leaving do for him, right? And well, that right, we had a whip round, bought him a barbecue and stuff like that, you know? And that was it. And then Monday morning, he just turns up at work and he says, I got it wrong. I'm actually only 64. So he worked for another year, kept the barbecue. So, yeah, that's a true story. So I thought, oh, I love that. It all goes in, all the little things growing up that you don't think of much at the time, but then when you're writing, you know, it's all sort of semi-autobiographical, based on things. And even if you got with a character that's not based on anyone, you see your inspiration is real life still. Just makes it more believable, doesn't it? What else? Did you see the Madonna tweet? Just her in the bath. This isn't like that, is it? Me. This is... maybe I am just like all the celebrities I take the piss out of, but I don't know it. I'm not going to do this from the bath, don't worry. Or I have done before. So maybe I'll start using just one name, like Madonna and Elvis. And he died on the toilet, didn't he? So I'll probably die in the bath trying to go to the toilet. So what else is there? I hope you're staying sort of fit and healthy. I mean, it's so easy for me to say. I've got a little bit of a garden. I can run up and down. If you haven't got a garden, you can skip. See that bloke who ran a marathon on his balcony? Took him 6 hours just running back and forth. So it can be done. Take vitamin C. Wash your hands, you know that. In your mermaid outfit. Any questions? Cheers. Someone asked me on Twitter, of all the things I've done, what's my favourite scene? And I couldn't answer it. There's so many fun scenes. I suppose all the ones with the most outtakes were probably the most fun. By definition, we couldn't get through them. The appraisal, the dance in the office, being the genie in extras was pretty special. Caravan scene in Derek, anything with David Earl, really. Yeah, so much fun. Just impossible to answer, really. Any questions? Let's have a look. What is your favourite word? Well, someone asked me that the other day. I like things with unge in them. Flange. Minge. Lozenge. Sort of soft swear words I like twat, you gimp, you absolute prat. I like those, they're quite sweet, aren't they? Animals, I like the sound of. Badger, good word, isn't it? Worm. Nematode. Frog. Frog, such a good word. Simple. Frog. What's that? Frog. No, I told you. I was going to say I ran out of material yesterday, but it was the first day. I ran out within a minute of the first broadcast. It's nice. What's nice about this is, because you're not sort of going out and doing anything, it's nice to just sort of slob around, isn't it? It's like a long holiday, like Christmas. It's like Christmas. We should celebrate this every year. Did any actors refuse to do extras? No. Oh yes, they did. In fact, 2 refused the same part. The Keith Chegwin part. First, I think I asked Sid Little. He went, "Oh no, it was a bit too harsh for him." He thought he didn't like to say those some of the terrible things that Keith said. And the other one was, oh, what's his name? Oh, ventriloquist. Oh, what's his name? I think he thought it was a wind-up. What's his name? Keith Harris didn't want to do it. So they're the only two for the same part. Isn't that weird? I mean, Cheggers did have to say some awful things, but it was amazing. Ah, to Cheggers. Any other questions? Clunge, yeah, clunge is a brilliant word. I assume that's still on that, as you just calling me a clunge. What's after afterlife? Well, might do a third for the first time. I started thinking about it. Got any ideas? It's hard to be. This is the time I should be writing because there's nothing else to do. But you feel like, oh, you know, it's hard to motivate, isn't it? Like a long Christmas. Someone just said what I just said. I don't know. Favourite film you've been in? Oh, don't know. What one I wrote? Invention of Lying, I think. That was pretty special. I've liked them all. Even the ones I've just popped up in. You know, Ghost Town. Nice. Lovely film. What celebs have the worst sense of humour? Well, that's subjective, isn't it? You've got to be the judge of that. My opinion's irrelevant. Who do you think has the worst sense of humour? New kitty for y'all? Yeah. Probably not quite the right time to get a new kitty, but yeah, a house isn't a home without a pet, a cat or a dog, maybe both. Why didn't they ask me to do the Imagine video? I don't know. Yeah, I'd have probably said I was busy that one, doing a serious song. Thank you for Derek, loved it. Oh yes, thank you for watching old stuff in this lockdown. I mean, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that we haven't watched that are brilliant. Everyone, obviously. So yeah, now's the time to watch all those films that you've never got around to watching. Not just my stuff. Other people have done films and comedies. But if we're talking about me, which I am, check out Derek. It's only, again, 2 series and a special. And by series, I mean 6. Invention of Lying, that's on Netflix now. Afterlife, of course. Yeah, let me know what you think. Tell us about Trump. What can I add? Why would I tell you about Trump? Did you hear me at the Golden Globes? No one wants to hear celebrities talk about politics. Everyone knows as much as any celebrity. Derek is awesome. Thank you. Thanks for keeping it real. Thank you. Most overrated comedian. Thankfully, there was a question mark there as opposed to, again, just someone just saying it to me. Oh, I'm not going to answer that. Again, that's not for me to say, is it? No, it's not for me to say. What's that? Thank you, watching all my old stuff. Thank you, love Derek. Lots for Derek. That's lovely. Yeah. Will you do Afterlife 3? Yeah, probably. And then that should be it because that's more than I've ever done before on anything. But I've built up such a world that I love, and all the characters. It's an ensemble piece, but all the characters are so distinct. I think there's about, I'd say, 6 to 10 characters that could be the lead characters in Afterlife. Because I just had the pick. I had the pick of the best comedians and actors and comedy actors, you know, in Britain. So I went straight to them. I didn't really cast it. I knew who I wanted, and so that it really hit the ground running. So yeah. Favourite takeaway food? Well, nothing at the moment. We even sprayed the buzzer. No one's allowed in. Yeah. Well, brought the tone down again, didn't it? Life on the Road too, World Tour. I'm too old. This takes a lot. I mean, right. When I do a tour with stand up, I mean, it's just standing up for 90 minutes. But when you're singing and jumping around with a band, it's loud and hot. Too old, and it's just too sad. David Brent, late 50s. It's too tragic. And I know I like that, but it's just too. I think Life on the Road, sort of, that's where he is now. But maybe maybe I do a charity gig one day, or a festival for a laugh. Ironically, Derek is a game to loads of love for Derek. Thank you. What would win out of coronavirus and Hitler? Would he get a cough? What? Top quality, as usual. Well, stay sane. Think of some questions for me. Tweet me. We can plan it for tomorrow's. I did a joke. I told you a joke I didn't do. I told you a little true story. I'm tired. All this doing nothing. It's tiring, isn't it? Nice trophies. Yours? Yes, they are. It's never ending. Never ending, mate. Look that over there, look. Look over there, look. Over there, look. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the only sort of trophy hunting that's allowed. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye. Be well. Wash your hands. Stay in. Have fun. Learn a language. What?